All right, we're gonna do our workout of the day. Today I'm gonna do a 45-minute boot camp, which is like half running, half strength training. It's like 5 minutes on, 5 minutes strength training, 5 minutes on the treadmill, back and forth, which is great for someone, like if you are someone that doesn't like to run or jog or walk, whatever, for 45 minutes straight, it gets either boring or just it's way too strenuous, whatever. This is kind of perfect because you never get bored. You're constantly switching. Like just when you get tired of jogging or running, you're switching to strength training. Anyway, I honestly forgot about this kind of class until last night. I was like, what workout do I want to do in the morning? And then I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot. So anyway, I use the Peloton app, by the way, which it's a monthly subscription. And there are months where I, like, if I'm not using it enough, I just cancel and then add it back. You know what I mean? Depending on my use level, but I'm hoping to use it a lot this month.
Okie dokie. I am stopping very quickly at the grocery store on the way to work. There are a few things, so long story. I always joke with Jessica that in winter I'm in bulking season. There's this video I watched years ago, and there's this guy, and he was talking about being in bulking season, like bulking season, but he's a bulking season. Is it bulking season yet? Anyway, he was being funny. Anyway, so we always joke about it. Anyway, so now that I'm in bulking season, all I really mean by that is that I'm on a high protein diet right now. There's a few things that I like eat on a heavy rotation. And I'm going to grab a couple of them here, a couple of the ingredients here. I'll talk about them once I get to work, but there's just a few things we're out of, and they both are so good and so easy, and I just eat them on repeat, I feel like 3-4 times a week. So stopping really fast to grab the ingredients for that. Let's go.
You ever eat peanut butter? Even like I just had a little bite that was like left on the spoon, and then drink a cup of coffee or a sip of coffee. Okay, straight water. That combination is disgusting to me. I don't know what it is, but like certain things with coffee, like a banana with coffee, love it. I mean, something sweet like a pastry with coffee, sure. But there's something about peanut butter and then coffee that every time I do, I'm like, why did I take a sip of coffee? This is an awful combination. Anyway, anyone?
Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier. So this is what I've been doing for lunches. It is just stupid simple. These are both way better deals at Costco, which we've got to go to Costco.
We do need to do a Costco run, yeah.
So they sell this at Costco in like a 6-pack or whatever. And then they sell ground bison there as well. And I've been doing this with ground bison, ground turkey, whatever. It's just kind of going back and forth. But anyway, all I do is just brown this with taco seasoning, and then you can do whatever kind of seasoning you want. Literally just do the 2 of them over this. Some people I've seen do like a drizzle of honey over it, and then I'll just do that with like just a touch of sour cream. It is so good, and hot sauce. Like that's all it is. And then, like I said, people will do different spice blends on top, whether it's like a steak seasoning or whatever. But I have not grown tired of it yet, and I've had it a ton recently. It is so good. It could not be more simple. Also, I just picked this one up. We've been getting whatever taco blend. This one's from Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's a local one. Cool. I didn't even realize that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom. So simple, so easy, so good. And it's got like 50 grams of protein. Oh, awesome.
Well,
whew, all right.
We just finished
our podcast. Mm-hmm. Last couple of years, we haven't continued on with the podcast.
In December, yeah.
But this year, we're keeping it up. So if you're interested at all in Disney, which, you know what, I will say, one comment we get a lot, which is very, very sweet, is a lot of people are like, I actually don't care much about Disney parks, but they watch our podcast because they just like listening to us, which
or
is
they
very...
listen to the podcast, which is so sweet.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
Very, very sweet. So we do have our podcast on, obviously, Apple Podcast, Spotify, anything else that you can... All the places.
Yeah.
And then we also film it as well. So if you want to watch it on YouTube, we have it there as well.
Usually with the filmed one, I mean, that's my preferred method because we're used to YouTube. But we usually have like B-roll of what we're talking about. So like today's episode we just did was the history of Christmas things in the parks. It was really fun. I had a lot of fun like researching and scripting it this morning. But we're gonna have some like retro footage in it from like 1970s and stuff of what things used to look like. So I'm excited about that.
Also, the Disneyville Podcast, it's on the Disneyville channel. starting next year, all of our Disney vlogs, like when we go to the parks and we vlog, those are all going to be on that channel as well. So if you're interested in watching any of those
Disney
parks vlogs from now on, be sure to subscribe to the Disneyville channel, because all those are being moved over, and then from now on, they're all going to be over there. So just so you know.
Yep.
So anyway, that is that. This will be going live here in a couple days. So if it's not up yet, it'll be out here soon.
Yay.
Well, a very happy good evening to you all. So I'm about to get started on dinner here. So we're going to make this chickpea stew tonight. It is one of our all-time favorites. We've made it several times. It's from the plant-based school. We'll link this below. It is so good. It's so easy. Don't let the long list of ingredients scare you out of it. It's one of those things that it's kind of just a dump and go. It's so good. We literally wrote on it unbelievably good, because it has no business being this good. And then we have some fresh made sourdough that I made for Thanksgiving, which is just, it's going to pair so well. So without further ado, welcome to the cutting board. Well, so much has transpired in the last 12 hours. If you're curious as to why I made dinner last night, and then it just sort of ended with the time lapse of the chickpea stew, and then it just all sort of ended, there's a reason.
Because quite a thing happened between then and now. So I broke my foot in the garage. We have like this stupid little, like literally this high ledge, and it's just the way the house was built that like you pull the cars in, and then there's this little 1.5-inch ledge, and then like that's like maybe 2.5 feet toward the back of the garage, and it goes all the way across. I was going out to get a LaCroix sparkling water of all things. Now I'm like, Matt, it's the principle, I'm never buying LaCroix. I'm kidding. So I fell, and what's funny is Tyler was actually outside.
I was pulling.
You were pulling the car in or out because you had to pull the trash cans in or something. Yeah. So I had gone out to go get this. I like tripped off the ledge and landed on the.
Yeah, I saw it happen.
Yeah, you watched it, and you figured I like stubbed my toe, because you know how like you have a strong reaction when you like stub your toe, because it just hurts really bad for a minute.
She gets her LaCroix, and I'm like, oh, she's so cute, and you were just like all flouncy and bubbly, and I was like, oh, you're just cute. And then I look back, because I'm like backing the car up, and then I see you. You're like on the ground, and I'm like, oh, I assume you stubbed your toe, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. So I get out of the car, I'm like, are you okay? And I'm like, again, you twist your ankle, you stub your toe, whatever, and you're like, no, it's bad.
I was like, I literally said though, I was like, it's not broken, I'm okay, but it hurts really bad. So I was like, I don't think I can walk on it. So I'm thinking, okay, he got me some ice. I sat on the couch. The girls were like, what's going on? So I'm sitting there watching the Smurfs with Gigi with ice on my foot, thinking, okay, 10 minutes with ice, it's probably just like a really bad bruise. Then I like take the ice off and look, and it's starting to like swell. I'm like, ooh, okay, maybe it's a sprain, maybe it's, I don't know. I couldn't figure out what it is. Anyway, we finally get to the doctor this morning, because it was like a super snowy night, not safe to drive.
Yeah.
Because we were like, maybe we'll have someone come over, and then the snow was just piling down.
Yeah.
Which is beautiful today.
Yeah.
The streets
Any
are
other
clear,
night,
and it is very pretty.
like we even called my mom, but then it was like several inches of snow on the ground.
She was like, and we're like, yeah, no, you're right. I hadn't even looked out the window. I was so obsessed with my own injury. Anyway, so fast forward, this morning we go to like an orthopedic urgent care. Didn't know that was the thing until I Googled it. But I'm really glad we went there because of, it's specifically this. We could have also just gone to an urgent care, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was kind of nice because this is what they specialize in. So, got an x-ray. And they showed us, and we'll pop a picture on the screen. 2 little fractures on my 5th metatarsal.
Yeah.
It's a pseudo-Jones fracture.
Yeah.
Apparently, a Jones fracture would have been worse. Yeah. It's harder to heal. This one is a little bit more common. Hopefully, it will heal in the 4 to 6 weeks.
I don't know if it's more common, but it heals better without surgery than a Jones one.
Because it's a little, anyway.
Yeah.
Should have had to do with like the blood. I don't know how much you guys are interested in this. Anyway, so I've got a boot on. I mean, undoubtedly you will see it sometimes in the vlogs. Although I was thinking about it, I'm like, most of the time we're filming waist up in a place, like sitting or whatever. So you might not see very much. But just so you know, I'm hobbling around with my boot.
At least 6 weeks in a boot. Mm-hmm. And then they said it'll probably take about 3 full months to fully heal. Which
that's just like general, but like, so how funny. I was like, we're going to work out.
You're going to run. You've got it all hopped up, ready to go, running.
I was like, I'm going to do, I even told Tyler, I'm like, all right, we're going to do this 6. So I'm going to still try to work out like my upper body. You were talking about like maybe I can
just go to the gym
boot around the gym with him and do the arm stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely want to do something because I don't do well not doing something. So that's the update. Prayers for healing would be great. Thank you guys ahead of time. Not on my bingo card at all, especially for the holiday season, but that's the way it goes. So, all right. So it's evening time now. I've got Diet Coke. It's hitting the spot, I have to say. Although it's getting later in the day, and I'm like, I know this is not as much caffeine as like coffee, but I want to try. I've never tried the caffeine-free Diet Coke. Let me know your thoughts. Anywho, okay, so we need to meal plan. I need to order some groceries. That's certainly something I can do. Tyler's taking the girls to swim lessons. So one thing we know we want to make is lasagna. We had ricotta that we bought. I'm trying to remember what we even originally bought it for, but it was like, it ended up being a big thing of ricotta. And so we ended up doing homemade pizza last week with a little ricotta on ours. And then the girls, did we put ricotta on theirs too? I'm trying to remember. I don't think we did. Although I remember now we put a dollop of ricotta on their plates and they both loved it. So I'm like, I guess we should have just put it on the pizza anyway. So we still have plenty of ricotta and it hasn't gone bad or anything. So I'm like, okay, lasagna is the perfect thing. So I found this recipe. So here's something. I feel like lasagna is a very common dish made for dinner, but we don't ever make it. Like, we've made lasagna before, but it is not in our like regular routine. And we've made like eggplant type lasagnas, like kind of different stuff. But I was like, I want a really good classic lasagna recipe. So I found one that I can link below. This has 5 stars from 3,273 votes. And if you are someone like me and you get a lot of your recipes online, most recipes have 5 to 10 votes. This one has so many votes and it has such high stars. So I'm like, okay, I'm feeling good about this one. And it's truly just a classic lasagna recipe with mozzarella and Parmesan cheese, lasagna noodles, ground beef. But this one uses ground beef and Italian sausage. And then onion, garlic, pasta sauce. But then, of course, the ricotta. So this is the one I think we're going to make. Like I said, any recipe I talk about. Sorry, I'm trying to move my boot here. Any recipe I talk about, I will link below. Now, the other one I want to make, and I'll pop a picture of what this looks like on the screen. It's called Maple Dijon Roasted Veggie Bowls. This is making my mouth water right now. Tonight we're doing leftovers for dinner, some of the chickpea stuff. We've got a couple other leftovers, so we're just going to kind of work through some stuff. But this one looks so good. So it's a bowl, and it looks like it's got broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, chickpeas again. I don't think I realized there were chickpeas in here. Oh yeah. Red onion. And then you make this maple Dijon dressing. It's got tahini, Dijon mustard, lemon juice, maple syrup, apple cider vinegar. If you want it to be a little creamier, you can add Greek yogurt or sour cream. Yes, I will totally be adding that. It looks simple, wildly like full of, I was gonna say vitamins, minerals, just a very healthy, chock full of health. What am I trying to say? That's not what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it looks really good too. So very excited. Does this one have... Yeah, like this only has 3 votes, 5 stars. So it's like, you're just kind of rolling the dice and hoping that those 3 people are right. And then the other thing I'm going to make this summer, guys, it's been such a day. It's been such a 24 hours. My brain is not operating on all cylinders right now. So the other thing I want to make is teriyaki chicken. So this one is in the slow cooker, baby. You just stick the chicken in there, garlic, soy sauce, maple syrup, rice wine vinegar, ginger and sriracha. Let her cook, literally, and then you shred it up when it's done. And then the picture shows it served with rice and broccoli. That looks great to me. So I'm very excited about that. Again, pretty darn healthy. Stick it in the crock pot. Stick it and forget it. Set it and forget it. So I feel like those are 3 good ones to make. Now, the only thing is I'm trying 3 new recipes and none that I've made before. So I feel like we usually will plan for 4 meals for the week. And then we know generally leftovers or like maybe a quick meal, like a quiche or something from the freezer. So we fill in the rest. And sometimes we'll do a dinner of just like a really big salad with some grilled chicken. So we don't necessarily put that in the meal plan. We generally always have the ingredients for that. So for our 4th meal, I feel like I should go with something easy that the kids will like the lasagna and they'll like the chicken. The Maple Dijon veggie bowls, I'll probably maybe separate out some of the ingredients and then have something else on their plate. I'm trying to think. So I feel like for the 4th meal, it should be something I know they will like maybe tacos. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where I land. But I feel really good about those 3 for sure. I'm going to order some groceries. I'll probably just have it delivered tomorrow because we really don't need any of it tonight. If you have a Kroger near you and they do Kroger delivery, it is the best that I have found. I think I've talked about that before, but it is so good because it's their own, as far as I understand it, it's their own in-house shoppers or however they do it. And so they generally will get everything in your order perfectly. They already know ahead of time if something's going to be out of stock. So they'll kind of guide you like, hey, this one's probably going to be out of stock, which I feel like when I use Instacart, which I also will use from time to time, it'll sometimes do that too, but it's totally dependent on the store you're ordering from. So anyway, I've had really good experience with Kroger delivery. I remember a neighbor telling me about it a year or 2 ago, and she was like, it's the best. And so once I started using it, I'm like, it really is the best. The other one we'll use sometimes is Walmart grocery delivery. And we've also had honestly a really good experience with that too. So anyway, I'm going to order these groceries and enjoy my Diet Coke and enjoy 30 minutes while the girls are at swim lessons, where I can like focus on getting this done. And I'll probably have like a YouTube video up too, because I've got a lot of people that are doing Vlogmas as well. If you're into it, if you want another Vlogmas similar to ours, you should watch our Z-Roll. They're our friends. They're also the people that edit my videos, and then they're not editing our Vlogmas videos, but they also will edit some of our like Disney vlogs. We love them. Oh, they edit our podcast as well. So they generally do a lot for us, but they're also our friends. We also have loved their channel for years. That's how we got to know each other. And their vlogs have a very similar feel, I think, to ours. Like it's just family and, chill, home life. So if you're into that, you should check out theirs too.
Okay, so a little bit of story time here. I don't know if anybody's going to be interested in this, but hey, you know what? It's Vlogmas, and so this is what we're talking about. So I just got this in the mail, and so I was like, well, we've had quite a crazy day, so I honestly don't know how much we've ended up vlogging because we've been in doctor's offices and all that stuff. So I'm like, I'll go ahead and vlog about this. Why not? So I love my DeWalt tools. If you don't know, I used to work for Stanley Black & Decker. They own, or at least they did own, DeWalt. And so I had an amazing discount when I worked for them. It was the best part about working at that job. But that's when I started buying all my DeWalt tools, and man, do I miss that discount now, because now I'm in too deep. Now I've got all the batteries, so every time I need a new power tool, I have to go with DeWalt. Anyway, so I've got all my stuff, 100% of the stuff that I use now is DeWalt, whether it's saws or drills or even lights and, anything, routers, sanders, I don't know, anything you could possibly think of. However, before that, probably 15 years ago, before I worked for them, my mom had started to buy me for like a Christmas present, and then I slowly added to this collection here some Craftsman tools. Now, I loved these tools. They were part of their C3 series. And so before I got into the DeWalt, this was sort of the thing. I was like, this will be the collection that I'm going to get. And over time, I'll end up having everything because all the batteries are interchangeable. So that's the great thing about these DeWalt things. I can use these on my lawnmower, on saws, on lights, on drills, on everything. It all is the same battery pack, which is awesome. So this old Sears thing used to be the same way. So I had drills, I had sanders, I had saws, lights, everything. Well, Craftsman basically is no more. I think they were bought out by another company. I don't remember which company. I could probably look it up. But they stopped making the batteries for all these products. And all my batteries now are so old they don't work anymore. And so I was like, well, I don't really know what to do. I was like, I guess I could just get rid of them. I hate to get rid of them. They were perfectly great power tools, and some of them, and even other ways I preferred, like this was such a cool shape for a sander. The other one I have now is like a round orbital sander. This thing was awesome because it got into corners really, really well because it's like a triangle shape. And anyway. So, got online, found a company that makes these batteries. It's like just some random company. And so I found the model number and I looked it up and they make them. So I just got them in the mail and we're going to see if any of my old power tools still work. Because I'm like, they're perfectly good as long as the batteries work, I hope. All right. Yeah, see, they don't say Craftsman or anything anymore, but this is, looks right. All right. Start with the drill. I haven't turned these things on in probably 8 years.
Rusty.
Ready? Moment of truth. It works! It even goes in reverse! Now here's hoping my battery charger works, because I put these old batteries on the charger and it was like, nah dog, those things don't work anymore. But hopefully the charger itself still works. Alright, let's see. Does the sander still work? Look at that old drywall dust coming off of there. Alright. Ooh, that one's not looking so hot. What's going on here? Yeah, alright. Right? Let's see. That works too. Now I can't get it off. Oh boy. Well, that one's stuck on there forever. Okay, there we go. And then I had a light. There's no bulb in this, so I can't tell. Maybe it works, I don't know. I gotta get a bulb for that. But hey, that's awesome. This stuff has been sitting in a drawer for years. And I was like, this would be great because like, this is stuff I could like take to work and leave there. So whenever I'm working on a project, I'm not constantly bringing tools back and forth. This is very exciting. So I guess the whole point of my bringing this up is I got a 2-pack of these batteries for like $30. And I was like, otherwise these are all going in the recycling or something. So I was able to salvage all these tools for like $30 for 2 batteries. So if you have old things lying in the drawer somewhere, maybe it's worth looking up to see if you can find a battery. I don't know. I guess that's the moral of the story. I don't know what the moral of the story is here. We meet again for the first time, for the last time.
What's that from?
Spaceballs.
You have quoted Spaceballs.
It was one of
a lot lately.
So it was one of my favorite movies growing up. But I have not seen it in so long. But just, 3 weeks ago? I had my wisdom teeth out. And so for like a whole day, well, couple days, I was laid up. And I was like, I'm just going to watch Spaceballs. And man...
Oh, so you recently... That's right. I forgot. You'd recently
Yeah, I did, yeah. I'm like, man, it is so much funnier than what I remembered. There were so many jokes I did not get. As a, 13, 14-year-old, whatever I was watching
I've ever actually seen that.
Oh, it's so funny. Mel Brooks, man. There's so many things that I can't even bring up here, but they're just funny.
Okay. What a year we've had.
Yeah.
What a day, what a year. I'm so tired.
I know.
I'm sure you are too.
Also, we got this mug just recently. It was on clearance, I think. Or no, maybe the other one goes on clearance. Anyway, this was like $10 at Crate and Barrel, something like that. Pottery
Or
Barn?
Pottery Barn. I don't know the difference.
Well,
I mean, I know there is one, obviously, but...
Wait, is the text one?
Pottery Barn. Oh, 15. Okay.
$15.
But, that's because we bought this, too. You were just obsessed with this mug. It is really cute.
It looks like... I don't know what it is. See if I can get it to focus on here. It reminds me of something my grandma Joyce would have had. And I can't even explain it. But, like, there's just something about it. Like, this style, it makes me so happy. I just love it.
It's cool. It is really cool. And I think this one, it's like one of the kinds that, like, stacks on a thing.
Yeah.
I think we got it at Costco.
We hand wash a lot of our mugs so that they last. Mm-hmm. And it's nice because those we can throw in the dishwasher.
Yeah. Yeah, these I feel like will weirdly outlast anything, though. Yeah. That's what's so funny. Like, the things that you're the roughest with will outlast.
Yeah.
And then the things that you're, like, careful with all end up dropping and it'll shatter. And I'm like,
oh, I know. Yeah.
Also, I feel like I in the family am the fumble fingers, butterfingers.
Oh, yeah. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Was that up for debate? I don't think it was.
I don't know, dude, but it's definitely me. I break things on a weekly basis. I think I just don't know my own strength.
It must be. Well, just
so strong.
There's a lot of knocking stuff over, a lot of knocking drinks over on the table.
That is true.
To be fair, you are blind. I say you're blind in one eye, so that doesn't help. I think that's why you knock over drinks a lot when you're reaching for something.
I do think my depth perception is not great, though.
Yeah.
That's certainly why I was never good at sports.
Well, we have eye doctor appointments. We usually make them right next to each other, and our eye doctor is awesome. Oh, yeah. And so a lot of times they'll just be like, you can just come in together. And so
we hold hands the whole time. Yeah. You know, I'm kidding.
So we were sitting there, and our eye doctor was kind of explaining to me like what her vision looks like. And it was like she was saying, she's like, Jessica's vision, she's like, it's like blank here, right? And you can just see peripheral, right?
Right. The central vision totally gone. I can just see peripheral. So to me, it still looks like a complete picture, but it's like a really muddled picture. But I can see weirdly clearly things around.
Yeah.
It's wild. But I didn't know that was so weird until...
Yeah. Well, and
our
eye doctor, she was saying, she's like, what's so cool is that the human brain, she's like, it just figures this out. Like, she's like, for you, it doesn't even bother you anymore because you're so used to it.
Yeah.
She's like, our brains are just crazy. Like,
I can't imagine what it would be like to be able to see it.
Well, and also, don't we see everything upside down and it flips it in our corneas or something ridiculous? I'm like, I can't even start thinking about that.
You're going to give me wild dreams tonight. I feel like we've all been having crazy... You were telling me about your dream. You probably don't even remember half of it now.
No, I do.
I was
remember
cracking up.
We were in...
And usually, when someone tells you their dream, you're like, all right, and you like kind of zone out and you're like, that's crazy.
Like,
and then you move on with your life. This dream was literally, I was laughing out loud.
It's like Daniel Tosh talks about. He's like, can anybody in the world explain a dream and actually make it sound scary? Like, the dream you have is very scary in the moment. God. And then you wake up and you're like, and you were there and you didn't look like you and that was freaking me out. Anyway, it's great. But yeah, we were in New York City seeing...
Manhattan, mostly in Manhattan.
In Manhattan. And we were seeing Dear Evan Hansen. That is one show I don't know anything about. I don't know a single song. I don't know what it's about. All I know is the poster is a kid in a cast. That is genuinely all I know about that show.
I can relate.
And it's Pasek and Paul. Yeah. Right?
Which we generally like
everything I've heard
Pasek and Paul stuff we like. We're like, oh, it's good.
Anyway, so I'm sure I would love it. And I know everyone who's seen it is like, it's amazing. But anyway.
I'm pretty sure they have like a recorded version.
They do. We just need to watch it.
Yeah.
Anyway. So not the point of the story. So we're seeing that in my dream, and all of a sudden a kid comes out and starts singing a song, and then I think his hair caught on fire, right?
In your dream?
In the dream. And then he had to run off stage, and they were like, they got that all taken care of, and then he comes back out, and he's like, hey, I'm so sorry that happened. And we're like, it's okay. And then he's like, oh man, where was I in that song?
Oh yeah.
And he couldn't figure it out. And then he's like going back through, and he's like, then they're like bringing different sets out, and he's like, no, that's for the second act. He's like, we're still in the first act. And no one could figure out where they were in the show. And so this goes on for a super duper long time. And he's like wandering through sets. He's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing up here. And so finally, he's like, okay, we just have to cancel the show. We're going to reset and we're going to do... Well, this was a matinee, obviously. He's like, we're going to reset and then we're going to do tonight's performance. But the
you guys
the matinee's canceled. So
all because the one guy couldn't figure out where he was.
Right, yeah. Then the stage disappears, very much like the end of Muppet Vision 3D, when then all of a sudden you can see outside at the very end because everything exploded, and we walk out through the back of the theater, obviously, through the back of the stage. And
through
then
the jagged hole that's been created.
Then we're in Central Park, and there was a T-shirt I wanted that had a map on it, and I'm like walking through it. I'm like, I know it was here. It was here earlier. Why can I not find this shirt? And I was talking to the lady. She's like, "Are you sure we had it?" I'm like, "It was right here. I know you had this shirt." And I was getting very frustrated that I couldn't find this shirt. So then I was on. This is all happening. This is all one singular event. I mean, it might have taken 12 minutes. It might have taken 4 hours. I'm not totally sure. But then this couch cushion here, I literally was sitting on this couch cushion, but it was like 6 feet tall, and I was driving it like a bicycle.
Oh, you left that part out.
No, I told you because I told you that the couch cushions kept falling off, and I kept having to turn it around to go pick up the couch cushion. Meanwhile, you and Ben and Emily are sitting at the end of the lane, the sidewalk, waiting for me. Like, I'm sorry, guys, the couch cushions keep falling off. And I can see the T-shirt vendor behind me. They're still sitting there, and I was like, I know you had that T-shirt.
Looking for that shirt.
So anyway, I finally get this huge thing turned around. Well, then that turns into a vacuum cleaner.
How are you getting off to get the cushions back on?
That was pretty treacherous. I'm pretty sure. So anyway, finally get up to meet with my friends. The couch, for some reason, turns into a vacuum cleaner, and I'm trying to haul this vacuum cleaner down into the subway station. And then I realize I'm not wearing shoes. I'm like, guys, I'm not wearing any shoes. This is I cannot go into the subway station without wearing shoes. So we finally get down there. I was like, guys, just wait for 1 second. Like, we might miss this train. Another one's coming. But I can't not wear shoes. So we get down there. And it's like a big...
Hold on, I have to say, it's the fact that the level of detail... This is exactly how you...
I remembered everything about it. It was very vivid. So then we get down there, and it's like the entire...
I love that the line for you, though, was the subway. You're like, I'll walk into theater, no shoes, Central Park,
no problem.
Sure.
I'm not
ride a bike of cushions, and all this vacuum.
But I am not walking down into that subway station. And meanwhile, I'm still carrying the vacuum cleaner. So we get down there, and I was like, okay, my shoes are in my backpack, so we're trying to get it out. And I can see that like the subway station itself is set up like a maze for like a mouse. But it's like, but it only like comes up to our knees, and so we like have to keep walking back and forth. And then I woke up. So
that is scarier than Alice in Wonderland. Okay, all of that. That's terrifying.
Now you know my dream. I expect your analysis to be on my desk by Friday.
Oh man, yeah. I have some theories. I think one is that when I hurt my foot, obviously, like last night, you were having to like, okay, well then I'm down here with ice on my foot and it's elevating, all those things, and you're having to. Am I okay? I'm falling apart. You're having to like, get the kids ready for bed, which usually we kind of trade off or whatever. Yeah. But you're doing all of that, and you're doing the dishes because I couldn't hobble around and do that. And like, there was so much you had to do last night. I wonder if like
I don't know.
So really, I'm just thinking about the cushions and you having to go back and then keep going, and then the vacuum that you're randomly hauling. Yeah. Oh man.
And there's people all around.
And you couldn't figure out where you were in the play.
Which that happens a decent amount. Actually that...
Oh, I have that recurring dream.
More often than not, what happens to me is I get called up at the last second. Like somebody that, like, a rock star. Like, hey, does anybody here play guitar? And then he goes up. And so usually
mine's like I'm always an understudy in a play.
That's what I mean. Like, at the that's what I mean. But, like, it's a show that I've done in the past, but, like, at the last second, they're like, hey, we need you to come in and do this role. And I'm like, oh, my God, do I remember these lines? It's been so long since I've done this show. Like, I think I could probably do it. Like, it's just, like... And it's like that night, I'm like, I gotta go on. Yeah. I'm like, okay, I know the songs. I could do the songs, but I'm like, the scenes in between? I'm like, I gotta remember those. And I'm like, can I get some cue cards? Yeah.
It's always the scenes in between.
Yeah, that's the stuff that I usually have dreams
about. Talking to one of our friends, she was saying that one of her recurring dreams is that she dropped a class at the beginning of the semester and I guess didn't properly drop it. And so it's still on her roster, on her schedule, whatever. So suddenly there's like the end of the year capstone project or test or whatever, and she's flailing trying to figure out the night before how to like learn all of this stuff to be able to pass the test, or else that would be a fail or whatever. And she said that her dad has the same recurring dream. Isn't that wild? And she had no idea he did, and vice versa. I'm like, so I wonder if any of you guys, and I'm like, maybe it's your field of work, or like the thing, like for us, theater was like a big deal, so it makes sense that both of us would have that exact same recurring dream.
Still.
So for our friend, like school, like that kind of environment, I don't know. I just thought that was so interesting. So I'm curious, what are your guys' recurring dreams? We'll see if anyone else is like, oh my gosh, we have the same one.
yeah, that's interesting. Oh, dreams are fascinating, man. All right, well,
I think we should probably go to bed.
Yeah,
I really think we should. But thanks for hanging out with us for one more day in this drama-filled episode.
The girls are so sweet. They're like, Mommy, is your leg better yet?
Yeah,
first of all, it's not my leg.
They came and saw the boot, and they're like, oh, but what Gigi keeps doing is she keeps looking at me from across the room going, you'll be okay. I'm like, honey, I know, I'll be okay. I think she's trying to convince herself, because it's hard to see your own parent.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, and it's sweet, because she'll be like, Mommy, you'll be better by Christmas. And Mommy, she's like, it's actually going to be a little bit longer than that. She's like, oh, okay. Well, you'll be fine, like, by your birthday. Well, probably be around my birthday. That, maybe, she's thinking through, like, these are the things we normally tell her.
Because to her, she's like, you can't be hurt on Christmas.
But it's very sweet.
Okay, it'll be okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I did order a knee scooter thing.
Yeah, I think that's going to be awesome.
I think that's going to be a game changer. And reading the reviews, and some of you guys, I'm sure, can attest if you use one or have used one. I think that's going to be a game changer, especially just being able to do stuff, be able to get stuff for the kids. The crutches are killing me. Like I don't know how you do it, if you do it long term. Do you have any recommended, like even just the hands on it? And I need to make sure we've kind of sized it right and stuff. I should only have a few weeks with that, but with, having to wear the boot, then the knee thing is going to be nice. And those crutches we had already had, because when you had a knee injury, so it was kind of nice to have. So I'm like, honestly, the scooter thing, I kind of was like, maybe I don't. But just thinking about it with the kids, it'll make life a lot easier. And it'll make life easier for you, so you don't have to do 100% of everything. But then we'll have it. So inevitably, and this one folds up, so then we'll have it in case, inevitably, future times.
Twist an ankle or something. Yeah.
Oh, you never know. Or the kids, So
I don't mind doing it.
I know, you're so sweet. I know, but it's a lot.
Anyway, so you were saying that the pain is not too bad. It's just when you're walking, right? That's good.
Yeah, it's really not bad. She had asked if I wanted, she was like, what have you been taking for pain? I'm like, well, I took some ibuprofen. And she was like, well, we can prescribe you something if you feel you need that. And I was like, honestly, no, because it doesn't, sitting here with or without the boot, it wasn't really hurting unless I would intentionally move my foot a certain way, which in the boot you can't.
So that's good.
And then, it only hurts if I'm crutching and I accidentally put a little weight on it. Yeah. I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Anyway.
Right. Well, shall I carry you upstairs?
Oh, that would be great. I've been boot scooting all the way.
Boot scooting, boot.
That's right.
All right.
Anyway.
We'll see you guys in a couple days.
We'll see what happens in the next episode. Bye, friends. Bye.